My name is Kevin Rutherford. I'm here to talk about life through my life. Welcome to the Accelerate Through Life podcast. Let's go. Hey guys, wanted to hop on here really quick and answer the top 2 questions that me and my wife are currently receiving. The number 1 question we're getting right now is, how is the real estate market? And the number 2 question that we're receiving the most right now is, how much money do I need to put down and buy a house? Well, first and foremost, you don't need 20%. I cannot tell you the amount of people that approach us and say, well, we're never going to be able to buy a house because we're just never going to be able to get 20% saved up. Whoever's telling you that, fire that person. They are not your real estate trusted professional. You do not need 20% to buy a house. Probably one of the most common down payment methods is 3.5% down. We also have USDA loans that you could buy a house for only $1,000 down. So there's a multitude of ways. And no, I did not say a VA loan. I said a USDA loan. Happy to talk about each and every single one of those. But let's shift gears and let's talk about the real estate market. Because when I'm asked, how is the real estate market? The first thing I ask is, it depends. Are you a buyer, a seller, an investor? Are you talking residential, commercial, land? Because each of those are going to have their own perspective answers. But if I had to put a one answer fits all on that question, it's that the real estate market is great. And many of you automatically jumped in your head and said, of course you're going to say that this is what you do for a living. But here's what I mean by great. Right now, both my buyers and my sellers in those prospective fields are very happy with the product that they're receiving at the closing table. And so that's how I judge a market. Many of you are going to think, secondly, is how could somebody be happy buying a house at a 7% interest rate? Perspective is everything. First and foremost is that 7% is actually below the average over the national average of interest rates over the last 50 years. The second thing is, most people are not buying a house at a 7% interest rate. If they're buying a pre-existing home, they're likely using a 2-1 buy down to get that rate lower. If they're buying a new construction home, we've seen the buyer buy the loan down, the interest rate down on the loan, all the way down to 4.9% here in 2024. So the more you know, the more money you're able to save in your pocket. And last but not least is talking about selling your home. This is 2024. Selling your home should be no different than everything else in life. It is all about convenience. And that's why over at the Rutherford team, Keller Williams, Dallas Metro North, we have made sure to put the ball in your court. We take all the stress away to where you get to decide, do you want showings? Maybe you don't want showings. Maybe you don't want to have to get the dogs ready and pack the kids up and make the kids' beds and do all that stuff every single time. We can handle all of that stuff for you between our private collections group, our iFinder. We have different investors. We can even fix your home now and pay at closings. We have so many different ways to make it convenient for you to sell your home in 2024. So for all of your real estate needs, be sure to contact the Rutherford team, 214-878-5670. We love you guys.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Accelerate Through Life podcast. Please rate and review the show wherever you get your podcast. See you next time.